What's up, guys? Ironius here, back with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Merry Christmas to all out there. This is going to be a Raid recap video. Also, stay tuned because this is also a giveaway video. So make sure you watch till the end. I'm going to be going over the details somewhere in this video. I'm probably not going to do it right away. Maybe I will. Who knows? I'll think about it along the way. But Merry Christmas if you are watching the video. Thank you for watching. Please consider liking the video. Please consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss another video upload by me. So if you've been watching me for a long time, I am a 100% free-to-play player. I have an account, which I'm looking at right here, which I had for over 4 years now. I've actually been 4 years and now a little bit over 1 month playing free-to-play on this account. And there's been a lot of struggles over those years. And last year, it was a challenge, but it was also a lot of success as well. Also, this past year has been, just really crazy in real life, right? So I had a lot happen in my real life as well. So one thing, I first want to talk about the best thing that happened to me in real life. And then I also want to talk about the best thing that happened to me in Raid, or just in general, the best thing that happened in Raid, I would say. For example, like content, things that have happened that have quality of life changes, things like that have happened. I actually went ahead and created this entire Microsoft document of tons of different things that happen in Raid, and you're going to be surprised at how much actually happened in 2023. So I will try my best to go through it, speed through it as fast as possible. But first, I want to talk about a little about me. So on my free-to-play account, over the past year, a huge feat for me was getting Ramantu. Okay, that was a massive feat for me. Finally got him. I got him like 4 or 5 months ago. Maybe it was about 5 months ago. And 100% free to play. Okay. Really difficult content. It takes a long time. Now, sometimes you can get a little bit luckier, and get really good champions early on. And that can progress your account extremely fast. And then, or, maybe you just play casually. Like I was a very casual player in the beginning. And then I kind of picked up the pace a little bit more in playing this game. And then I wanted to do content creation. And I started my content creation journey with Raid about 2 years ago. And it's been amazing. It's been a blast. All you guys have been such a great inspiration for me, just in general, like talking about your lives when I did Twitch. I used to do Twitch a lot. I don't do it as often, but I used to do it a lot. And now I just mainly focus on my YouTube channel. I post a lot of videos. I try to do some live streams here and there, but I just can't do them as often as I would like to. So that was awesome. In general, I made a huge feat from getting Ramantu, and now my next goal is trying to hit Platinum in Arena. That's going to be really difficult because the metas keep changing and they keep getting stronger and stronger. With the addition of mythicals to the game as well, it just keeps getting more and more difficult. And without direct meta champions, it's hard. I only have 2 Void legendaries that I've ever pulled in 4 years of playing this game, and that is Sir Nicholas and Little Miss Annie. The rest are from fusions, logins, or, missions, so yeah, so there you go. So that's one of the biggest things for me that I did on my account. And then in terms of best things that happened to me in real life, I actually ended up having a child. So I had a baby girl recently, 3.5 months ago. Well, almost 4 months ago now. So, and her name's Ayla. She was born in September 2nd, 2023. So that's been awesome. I'm getting a lot less sleep, but it's been a challenge and it's also been a blessing at the same time. And, having a little one definitely changes your perspective on life and on the things that you do each and every day. And so when I go out to work and when I do things, I feel like I'm striving even more to be able to take care of my loved ones, especially her. She's definitely one of the best things that's ever happened to me in my entire life. Probably the best thing that's ever happened to me. Yeah, no offense to my girlfriend, right? Because she's amazing too. But yes, one of the best things that ever happened to me in my entire life. Yeah. So just in general, I'm super ecstatic, and she's awesome, and she's going to have her first Christmas, and she's going to have no idea what's going on, but you know what? It's going to be fun either way. And I just can't wait till she turns 1 next year and does Christmas next year too. I'm already thinking about that. But yeah, so that's one big thing that happened to me in 2023. So the best thing that happened in Raid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it over to a Microsoft document that I created, and I'm going to go over pretty much everything that's happened in Raid, start to finish, and try to whip through it as fast as I possibly can. So let me pull that up for you. All right, y'all. So before we go over this massive raid recap from January to December until now, what you're going to do for this giveaway. So pay attention here. You're going to want to get your code. It's in your Raid Shadow Legends account. Get your code. Put a comment down below with your code, okay? And also put your best and worst parts of Raid for 2023. So what was your favorite part of Raid for 2023? And what was your worst part of Raid? What did you least like about Raid in 2023? So definitely leave it in the comment down below with your code. I'm going to be reading through everything. Or if you want to put something amazing that happened in 2023 in real life for yourself, I'm happy to read that. I want to be able to share these awesome experiences with you guys as well. So yeah, get your code, put a comment down below, put a best and worst part of Raid for yourself. If you want to write a paragraph, go for it. That's totally fine, but it has to have a code at the top so I can see it. And you have to be a subscriber to the channel. You need to like the video as well. And then you will enter in a giveaway. And the giveaway is right here. So to celebrate the end of the year, everyone who participates in the Raid 2023 Roundup, which is like a recap here, a recap video, will get some nice rewards to give away to the audience. So 5 winners will get a legendary skill tome, a rank 5 chicken, an XP boost for 3 days, 400 energy, 4 sets of 50 multi-battle attempts. So that's not bad to kickstart into the new year. Now, again, code, what was the best thing that happened to you for Raid and the worst thing that you disliked about Raid, or that just didn't go right for your account in Raid in 2023. All right, let's roll into it. All right, y'all, so here we are, Raid 2023, full recap of Raid, the good and the bad changes in the game of Raid of 2023. So I'm going to try to fly through this as quickly as I can. Starting off in January 2023, we had patch 6.4, player and play points were added to the game, the play point program, and it's going to take years to finish. So in general, it wasn't really a massive positive for most players. I guess if you're a spender, then maybe it was okay, but I feel like even the spenders didn't really like that. You can get Search of the Charred as a reward champion. Add new types of reward system to tournaments, such as event chests and random rewards. Rarely will you ever see a diamond chest. That was one thing that was added. So it goes bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and diamond chests, which were added. And again, usually you're going to get bronze and silver, sometimes gold from tournaments and events, but a lot of times it's bronze and silver generally. I don't think I've ever seen a diamond chest personally. Maybe one, but again, in a whole year, seeing one diamond chest, not the best. Quality of life additions is changing the order of your teams with the arrow buttons in Tag Team Arena. That was actually a good quality of life improvement. You could stop multi-battles when you're doing Doom Tower. That was a good addition. Killian the Lucky, Vergamkar, and Tila Gormain were actually given buffs. So they were on the buff list for January. 3 buffs in 1 month. Not bad. Plarium, wink, wink. Keep that up, man. Keep that up. We need more buffs. They stopped like 3 or 4 months in. So Tila was definitely the best buff. They did a ton of bug fixes as well. On 1.6, Season 6 of the Forge Pass event, which is the Instinct artifact, came out with, of course, 10x summoning. That's to be expected. Pythion came out in January. Raid Digest for the Titan event preparations for January. Then Raid posts about buffs and debuffs on effects. Raid Digest Anniversary Path for event for Galek, which wasn't really taken that strongly from the player base. So it wasn't the best, but there was a lot of visual bugs. So not much going on in January other than the Pythion fusion, which was nice. In February, 2.7, patch 6.5, Errol was buffed. Vlad the Nightborn was buffed. Blessings were rebalanced. Slight buffs to most blessings like Life Harvest, Incinerate, Chainbreaker, Lethal Dose, Survival Instinct, Phantom Touch, and Indomitable Spirit, which is great. Big nerf to Brimstone, though. That wasn't taken very lightly by the people. So Brimstone nerf, it changed. It used to not even have, you didn't have to have accuracy. You could just land Brimstone, and you could, what was happening is people were taking all support champions in Arena, using Brimstone on everybody, and then hoping that they can just survive forever with the Brimstone proccing on the damage dealers and getting wins. And it was working. So they nerfed it. So you have to have 6-star Brimstone in order to automatically land without any accuracy. They also nerfed temporal chains. So temporal chains was, say you had buffs like Stone Skin, or you had the regular sets that had a 15% shield with a 2-piece set. If you had 3 of them, then you have a bigger shield, but it's counted as a buff. So that ability, temporal chains, when the start of the battle begins, if your champion had temporal chain, you would lose speed. Okay, their champion would make your team lose speed instantly, which allowed them to take a turn and kill you. So it was kind of overpowered, and it actually stacked up, so they didn't want that. Oella Fusion started in February, which is awesome. Raid balance, I already talked about that. So it was like levels 1 to 5, free blessings were set because of it as well. So they gave the player base a free reset because of the big nerf to Brimstone, because the community basically raged over that. On 2/17/2023, the CCs versus the Fire Knight with all female teams. So there was a content creator challenge versus the Fire Knight. Now, I didn't actually become a content creator. Actually, I failed to mention one other big thing that happened to me in 2023 was I became a raid content creator. And it was about, it wasn't at that time. It was around maybe April or May, I became a content creator. So that's pretty awesome. So 224, Raid Digest, trying to justify Taras and Marichka being so strong. So they had a Raid Digest of saying to the player base, because everybody was complaining about Marichka and Taras, they were trying to justify why they're so strong, because they're Void Legendaries and yada, yada, yada. And then they tried to justify Polymorph being so overpowered, you know, like, oh, not a lot of people use it. I remember that. I know you remember. So the saying they will not do much to the lethal dose, which is unusable in my opinion, and Incinerate, which is a trash blessing in my opinion as well. If they brought it over to like PvE, maybe it'd make it a little bit stronger, but I don't think they're going to be, they said that they're not going to do that anytime soon. What's next in Raid video, it went over hard dungeons and quality of life improvements. In March 2023, patch 6.51, hard mode dungeons came to the game with mythical artifacts, which is awesome, and announces 3 day in a row, you know, so on and so forth, sacreds, voids, so on. So yeah, so, and then they had a promo code of 4 years of Raid, which they actually, this was the best promo code ever, in my opinion. I think this is the best one. You can leave in the comments down below if it wasn't, but it came with 4 Lego tomes, 4 energy refills, and 400 energy and 400k silver, which is not bad. And that's for all players. So one of the best things that happened in Raid. I will say in general, probably the ultimate best thing that came in 2023 was probably Newt, bringing in the fusion Newt and allowing people to get that guy. Now it was difficult to get him, but the best fusion in the game. I'm going to skip a lot of this stuff. Great Hall improvements, Summon Rush for Mishinaki, you know, blah, blah, blah. For March, April was a 7.0 patch. Quintus came, Live Arena came. That was another huge thing for Raid Shadow Legends. Do I personally think it was the biggest? No, it's definitely fun, but I don't think that was the biggest. Cirilla did have interviews with some content creators. Nub Raids, Layla Fox, YST, shout out to them. Path of the Raider is what it was called, and it was celebrating 4 years of Raid and asking them their experience with Raid Shadow Legends, with playing it and with interacting with the player base and interacting with the community. So yeah, so that was kind of cool. I did watch that. Live Arena beta test closing in 4.7 because they were bringing Live Arena into the game. And Viva La Dirt, which is like a big YouTuber, and basically it's like a group of people that make funny meme videos about games. They made a video about raid bosses, and it was a meme, and it was hilarious. You guys should definitely check it out. If you haven't, the name is Viva La Dirt, and just type in like Viva La Dirt Raid Shadow Legends. It should come right up. So basically it was a community thing where after they hit certain thresholds on that video, Raid was just giving out free rewards. So they gave out a ton of free rewards. If you want to pause and read this, you can, but I'm not going to read this to you. But yeah, Razelvarg Fusion also came to the game in April. May, quality of life improvements, 7.10. So they had champion lore starting to come in really hot. Righteous set came out. Gear selling features came out. Not the best, could use some tweaks in my opinion. Champion set filters started coming out into the tavern. Champion rebalance on Nogdar and Gomlock Skyhide. And then after May, they just stopped doing champion rebalances. And I think I know the reason why. The biggest thing that came to the game of Raid was actually, it wasn't in, well, maybe not in the game, outside of the game, but sort of in the game, in my opinion, was Call of the Arbiter, because it became this like huge community gathering sort of thing. And the reason why is because it made people think, made people communicate more. When you watch the videos, they brought out this cool thing where basically, let's see, Player's Anniversary, Call the Arbiter, the video started coming out, and let's see, live arena quality improvements, I don't think I put it here, but basically every video had a secret message, and the secret message gets converted into a promo code which could be used to get free rewards, and everybody was just getting so many free rewards, and it was just nice seeing the entire community working together and just having a blast. And plus the videos were really top notch. I wish they were longer, but they were top notch, like great quality, you know, just great voice actors. They had great sound effects, like everything just seemed great in general. They should definitely make another season. I think they would do well in doing that. I mean, I don't know what it looks like on their back end, if they lost a lot of money from it or not, but I think that it was great. I personally thought it came out really great. And I think the only downfall was the videos were really short. In June, Plarium's 14th anniversary, free to some and not to all. It's the Battle of Baron versus Septimus. So basically they had Baron versus Septimus, and you choose which champion you think is going to win. Baron ended up winning. Then the people, the community, whoever chose Baron got the rewards, whereas I don't believe the other side, Septimus, got rewards. So it kind of stinks in that sense, because you're kind of pulling and splitting the player base apart. For an anniversary event, you want to just give people rewards rather than half of you get it and a quarter of you don't, or 75% get it, quarter you don't, or half you get it, half you don't. You don't really want that to happen, but overall it was still fun. It was still fun, and it made you dive in and do a lot of different dungeon diving and stuff like that. Quality of life in June would be Blessings Rebalanced. They buffed 6-star blessings for epics and legendaries, which was nice. Tatsu comes to the game. She just needs a damage buff, in my opinion. Scratch talks with Chirilla about the future of Raid. What's Next in Raid video about the Shogun and huge tavern quality of life features with the champion filter that they added to the game. Episode 7 of Call of the Arbiter came out. 9-piece stone skin and protection started getting introduced. The best fusion ever comes out in the game. So this is the best thing ever, in my opinion, was Newt. Newt is the strongest free-to-play PvE champion in the game. Try to change my mind. Newt is the best free-to-play PvE champion, in my opinion. So unless you're Spender or you just get really lucky and get a Krizia, Newt is ridiculous. He's just so strong. He's absolutely insane. He's in every single one of my dungeon teams. He's probably in all of your dungeon teams. He's probably in your Hydra team. He's probably in probably even in your Clan Boss team. I mean, he's just that good. So, amazing champion. Phantom Shogun comes out. Sylvan Washer Faction Crypt comes out in July. Multiple Call of the Arbiter episodes released, and it's about to be the end of the Call of the Arbiter as well. Community giveaways as well. Accessory Ascensions come out. Call of the Arbiter promo codes. Lady Areth and Valkanen come into the game. Call of the Arbiter lore starts coming out. A bunch of different videos on like music, if you wanted to purchase the music, or not purchase, but like listen to the music, started coming out. In August, they had 7.4 patch, which introduced Hydra Clash, and also introduced Protection and Stone Skin accessories as well. Demon Lord Quick Battles came out. Actually, that was a huge part of the game as well. Was it the best part of 2023? I mean, some could argue that it was. I mean, that's awesome. It's a huge time saver, right? Because Clan Boss was a huge time sink in general. But personally, I think the best thing that happened was Newt. And then, of course, we've got the next best thing, which I guess you can say bigger than Tomb Tower, which was the Cursed City. That is the best thing that came to Raid at the end of the year. But in general, in terms of a champion, that's the best thing that came to Raid, I will say Newt. The best release for game-wise, like actually participating in things in the game, PvE-wise, is going to be the Cursed City. So Call of the Arbiter, blah, blah, blah. Emic Chunkheart Fusion starts in August. Quality of life improvements. They added more Hydra Clash rewards because of right when it started, they were only giving out like 1 or 2 accessories, and it just wasn't enough for how much you're fighting clans for and how long you're in Hydra. Visual bug fixes, better Hydra matchmaking, free 7-day login added for Sun Wukong. They did nerf at one point Cadaver. I think it was in September, August or September, maybe even October of 2023. I don't think I added it here. So UDK B-Day Titan event came out for a 4-star split soul. A Sun Wukong Titan event came out in August or September. And then Strategos Island Fragment Champion comes out, and he's like a B-tier champion. Very good for Hydra, very good for PvE and general progression. September 7.5 patch comes out, adding mythical champions, primal shards, primal courts, mythical tomes, 32 new champion lores, bug fixes, void mythical champions are going to be coming out in 2024. So as you can see, a lot has been happening in 2023 so far. Raid does join Pinterest and adds art collection of the community, the fan art. So check out their Pinterest page, Raid Shadow Legends on Pinterest. They have tons of fan art. If you want to check out the fan art, please go do that. October 2023, Bigger Than Doom Tower was announced. So this is technically their biggest development in Raid. I would say they would also say history. So in Raid history, this is probably their biggest development next to Doom Tower. So because it involves different paths that you can take, it's not like Doom Tower where you have to get to the next stage and keep going up the ladder and you can't skip stages. Here you can pick and choose different paths. You can go all over the place if you want, as long as different paths are unlocked. So I really like that about the new Cursed City. So they added new mythical champion, Night Queen Crixia, who is probably top 5 in the game, most definitely. Halloween Fusion was added. Timid the Fool. Kaja the Rye was the partner. Average champions in general, in my opinion, but they're still decent champions. Prime Gaming Drop started with Burangiri. If you have Amazon Prime, you get free rewards. 10/12/2023. 7.6 quality of life patches. They added clan insignias. Sadly, the clan leagues is just for show. So I wish they implemented more to the clan leagues, whereas all you can see is stars above your insignia. So in my opinion, that's kind of lame, I'll be honest. But it is an addition to the game. I wish that they added something to that where you don't just get that for showboating or just for show. Maybe implement something that allows you, the more stars you get, the more power-ups you get based on, you know, increased HP in dungeons or increased silver. You know, you get to choose a free gear removal 1 month. Like you can wait to stack up and say that you wanted to choose 5 days free gear removal. Add that to the game or something. Because right now, gear removal cost should be 0. That's just my opinion. Spooky Insignia Contest was in there. Community costume design was in there in October. Lady Mikage was added as a free fusion. Extremely good addition to the game. Quality of life improvements in general as well. To the tavern, fusion rares, etc. You can turn off the pop-up. So that way, if you're trying to feed champions, they have a pop-up typically. But you can get rid of that pop-up with a check mark button. That's pretty sick. So in November, Ugir the Worm Eater came out as a fusion. At first, he was pretty trash. They actually buffed him at the end of the fusion. Please don't ever do that again. That was horrible. Don't do that. 11.9, 7.7 patch, quality of life changes. They expanded our storage space yet again in November. And now we're in December, so last month. So they expanded it from 1,300 to 1,500 accessories and artifacts. Soul Collection was also expanded 200 to 1,000. I put a note here. Was that even needed? Like, honestly, who really needed that much more space for Soul Collection? I don't really understand it, but hey, you can let me know in the comments. Did you really need that much space? Come on. More champion lore added as well. My most saddened bug fix requiring me to rebuild my Sand Devil team. So I was looking back at different bug fixes they did in the past, and in November, they fixed a bug that caused Alname the Sand Devil to not use his Dune Tempest skill if some of the champions were not dead or were dead or had low HP. And I was asking the content creators in chat, like, did they nerf Geomancer? Because my composition wasn't working anymore. I was using Geomancer's passive And apparently that was a bug. So they nerfed anybody who had a team with Geomancer, so you can't really use him anymore in Sand Devil, which is really ridiculous in my opinion. But it is what it is. I made a new team for stage 25, and now we're good to go. 1110 Xena was added to the game as a champion pass event. I don't think it was great. It was taken very poorly from the community. The reason why is not the legendary itself, but the gear leading up to the legendary, or the rewards leading up to the legendary, was not really well thought out or planned out. And I think if you're going to do that, you can't make the rewards really crappy because it's a perception game, right? So yeah, ultimately she was a strong champion though. Prime Gaming dropped number 2. Hydra rebalances. They nerfed the Dwarf Madman, which honestly, I personally think that they shouldn't have nerfed the Dwarf Madman. You should have kept him at where he was at, or just made it so he couldn't hit over 500k. Instead, they dropped him down significantly, so he can only do like 30, 40, 50k damage now, and that's pretty sad. 2 mythical champions added: Hierophant, Lazarius, Ephitus, the Hive Lord. Outrageous amounts of summon boosts and Black Friday deals that were not so great Black Friday deals. Quality of life for Primal Quartz. You can now get them from Live Arena chest alongside Mythical Tomes. I think that's a huge add-on to the game. Also, Primal Quartz from winning Hydra class must come first, second, or third and hit the chest thresholds. They announced the Spooky Clan Insignia contest. They also had a content creator Spooktober challenge as well. Check that out if you'd like. Yuletide event for Tormund in December. And here's the little picture for the event. I don't know if it actually looked good when I scroll in, but there's the event picture. And let's scroll out of there. They had the Blizzard Fusion, patch 8.0, which is the Cursed City, which is the biggest thing that came to Raid. Probably the best thing that came to Raid in 2023, alongside Newt, in my opinion. Carnage is a free mythical by completing challenges or beating stages, collecting candles for the Cursed City. And then tons of new lore, 2 more new sets, which is crazy. They give us 200 space and then add more sets. So Merciless set and Supersonic set. So Merciless is damage, Supersonic support. And then Raid announces that they're going to be leaving. They're departing from Facebook, but they're joining Steam. So they just joined Steam. So they're now on that platform, and they won't be on Facebook anymore. And then, yeah, other than that, I think that's pretty much it. I did want to give a huge shout out though to, I think it was YST actually. Huge shout out to YST. I actually messaged him at one point because I was trying to get into the content creator program and I couldn't. He gave me some pointers, he gave me some tips, and he really helped me out. I really appreciate that, YST. If you're watching this, thank you so much. And another person that's kind of up and coming, you know, just a really good guy in my opinion. Let me go to display capture. Let me see if I can pull up his channel. And I think he deserves more subscribers. And in my opinion, it is Cadsistency. So Cadsistency is a small up and coming YouTuber. And let me just pull him up here. And he does post a lot of free to play stuff. I love his content. I think he does a great job. And he has a fresh view of things on free to play. He has a very similar vibe to like Eobard, but but it has like he has his face and everything there, So yeah, good player, strong player. I mean, I'm free to play as well. I'm a little bit further along than his free to play account, but in general, like this guy is really good. He has like 60, 70 shards saved that are sacreds. It's insane how patient he is with doing things. So I wish I could get on that level of patience. But in general, I just wanted to thank everybody. Hope you have a wonderful Christmas. Hope you have a wonderful New Year. Happy holiday. And thank you all for subscribing to the channel. If you have, consider subscribing. If you don't subscribe, just leave a thumbs up on the video. Would really appreciate that. But that's everything for Raid Recap. I kind of wanted to go through that as quickly as I could because I didn't want to make the video too long. But yeah, thank you again. Hope you guys have a great day, great Christmas, great holiday in general if you're spending time with friends or family. And I'll see you on a video soon. Take care.